Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Big Talk Pigskin. I'm your host, Bowden. I'm joined by my wonderful co-host, Korbin. Korbin, how are we?
Doing good.
Good, great to hear. Today, we're going to start this series, first episode of it today. We're going to go through and do all of our all-time Big Ten teams for each university. So this week, who we're going to have is UCLA, Rutgers, and then Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
So just kind of a mix of teams. We got the East, we got traditional Big Ten with Michigan, the brand new West Coast team with UCLA, and then that mid 2000s or early 2010s Rutgers East Coast. So to kick us off, we have UCLA. Korbin, do you want to read our offense for UCLA?
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say, or do we want to touch on coaches first, or?
Oh yes, we do.
So, just us, looking back at UCLA, not a lot of great things to say about this program in the last almost 3 decades. Coming up on really coming up on 3 decades. Haven't really, had a perennial, great program. Every now and then,
good Chip Kelly.
Every now and then, they're, but nothing higher than the teens.
Right.
So, for the best coach, we said it was going to be Terry Donahue, the winningest coach in UCLA history. Again, and that goes way back. We're not talking about anything recency wise.
Yeah, he coached from 20 years through 1976 to 1995. Won 4 Rose Bowls for UCLA and 5 Pac-10 championships.
Right. The glorious Pac-10.
Yes.
But going over to the offensive side of things, looking at quarterback, Troy Aikman, you know what I mean? Aikman brought elite passing ability and obviously, a perennial name through the Dallas Cowboys and everything he kind of did through his time in the league. This one was pretty easy for us.
And an NFL Hall of Famer. There's not many guys I can name out of UCLA.
Josh Rosen,
Robinson, Josh Rosen, Troy Aikman. Those are who come to mind. It's kind of a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm. Sliding over to running backs, we've got Jonathan Franklin here. Same thing. I mean, looking at UCLA running backs, and it's going to be interesting to see how moving forward, NCAA wise, how will people look at Jalen Hurts situation. Yeah, he graduated from Oklahoma, but is that the basis? He also was at Bama. So I look at a guy who was it? Zach Charbonnet. First 2 years at Michigan, finished up at UCLA. Obviously, nowhere near Jonathan Franklin, but still, and we'll continue to see these one season wonders, and maybe these career records at UCLA will never be touched. Another running back we have over here is Maurice Jones-Drew, another one of those perennial guys. Again, got to go way back there to enjoy the likes of these guys, but that's kind of the theme here with UCLA.
Yeah, Maurice, I mean, that was early in our football career. I mean, he played at UCLA between 2003, 2005. Mm-hmm. He was a second rounder, played in the NFL for a good amount of years.
Yeah.
Was there for about 8 seasons, a couple Pro Bowls, but just a guy we were just a little too young to kind of enjoy.
Right. Sliding over to the wide receiver side of things, JJ Stokes. That's the kind of wide receiver one we have here. Another dominant guy. Again, gotta kind of rewind the tape here on him. I'm not 100% on the years that he played. What were?
He was there in the 90s.
Yeah.
Early 90s. He was drafted in 95.
Right.
And he was a first round. I mean, he was a first round pick. He played on those Niners teams that won championships.
Right. And giving respect to the older players here, right? But
I guess he was there right after their dynasty kind of ended. Won a championship with the Patriots in 2003.
Mm-hmm. And then the other wide receiver slot we have there is Jordan Lasley. What were the years he played? Again,
Jordan Lasley was, hold on.
I say tight end is pretty easy for us, but I want.
It was fairly recent.
Yeah.
He got drafted in 2018. He played UCLA 2014 through 2017. He's kind of been a practice squad guy, bouncing around. He has played in the XFL in 2020.
He was a part of that Rosen era.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He was that guy with Rosen. Him and Rosen were tight.
Yeah. And then sliding over to tight end, this is an easy one. Mercedes Lewis.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Dominance.
I don't know another tight end that was like that out of UCLA.
Yeah, especially like UCLA wise. Like even sitting here thinking of names, like no one is jumping out to me, you know?
No. And Mercedes is still playing right now unless he's retired like this year. He's got to be getting old. He was on the Broncos last year. He's 41.
That's insane.
And somehow he's still going.
Finding a way.
He's still going. I mean, he's just a dog. That's a legend.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to take over our the offensive line side of things?
Yeah, I can go to the offensive line here. I won't lie here. This took a lot of like digging through some like lists and articles.
Might have lost Bowden there.
Whoa. All right.
Back.
I don't know too many offensive linemen unless they played for Iowa or were like super highly recruited in my lifetime, or not recruited, touted like going out to the NFL. So I don't really know most of these guys' names. But at the offensive tackles, we have Jonathan Ogden and Chris Ferris. Chris Ferris was an Outland Trophy winner. That is the best tackle, I believe. It's either tackle or lineman overall.
I think it's
tackle. And then at our guards position, we have Max Montoya and Kenny Sims. Both of these guys, I mean, Max was in the NFL for a good amount of years. Great run blocker. And then at the center, we have Jake Brendel.
Mm-hmm.
Great leader. I can get us onto the defensive side here. So at our D ends, start kicking off that D line, we have Dave Bell, who is the school record holder for sacks. Then we have Carnell Lake. I almost said Tate.
No, that is not the case.
That would not be the case, but that was about to come out there. Our D tackles, Kenny Clark, Stephen Paella. I know his name. I'm not overly versed in UCLA.
Like I said,
these are
teams that we were not fortunate to enjoy during our football.
Yeah, a lot of that here. Out of the linebackers, Anthony Barr, he was a dog. That's a legend there. Eric Kendricks, Butkus Award winner, and then Ken Norton Jr. Out in the secondary, Jimmy Johnson. I mean, that's got to be the most recognizable name on that defense, and that's a guy still didn't get to see him play.
Yeah,
he's just an older dude. We didn't get to enjoy that career. That's a great corner. The next corner here is Alterion Werner. Not sure if I'm saying his name right. And then at the safeties, Kenny Easley and Raheem Moore.
I'm doing some scoping on our defensive backs here at UCLA.
Yeah, and Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, I wanted to, but nothing's popping up on him.
Really?
Well, Jimmy Johnson, the announcer's popping up.
Oh, okay, yeah. Here I got Jimmy Johnson here. Yeah, I mean, he played there. I mean, he was there 1959, 1960.
Right, we're talking.
But I mean, he played in the NFL all the way up until 76.
Right.
Played for the 49ers. He's in the 49ers Hall of Fame. I think he's kind of been on the edge of that NFL Hall of Fame for a couple of years. But I mean, that's a dog. It's old, right? Like, yeah. I mean, you're watching black and white TV, like
through and through. Like these guys, like founders of the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like these are OG guys, and like UCLA just has that kind of blessed history, versus that kind of like cursed cursed present.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
There's not a whole lot going on right now. They're looking to build. I mean, new head coach coming up into this year. They're looking to build on that and kind of get back to where they were back in those older days. But yeah, a lot of these guys on this list played under Terry Donahue.
Right. And I mean, as far as UCLA goes, again, a team that has not been great in the last 25 years. So we'll cross our fingers for UCLA. New coach coming in, Bobby. Last name. Bobby something. Bobby.
So hard because we've been
Bobby
so out of
Bobby JMU.
You just get so out of the coaching cycle when it's all over.
Hold on.
Bob Chesney.
Bob
Chesney. I just pulled it.
Is it Bob Chesney?
It's Bob Chesney.
Yeah, Bob Chesney now. But yeah, we're crossing our fingers for the Bruins, man.
Yeah, I mean, you'd like to see them succeed. It's a Big Ten team. We want them all to be good.
Right. Do we want to slide over to our Scarlet Knights?
Yep, we'll hit those Scarlet Knights.
Yeah. Well, I'll kind of kick us off here. I don't know. Rutgers has always kind of had a special place. In my heart. I don't know why. They're
always fun.
Before they were even in the Big Ten, and then I was gonna say me spending time at Penn State, getting to meet a lot of people from Jersey. There's a lot of hate for this university,
really?
kind of in state, and I don't speak for all the New Jerseyans out there, but there is a plethora of New Jersey kids that go to Penn State. I'm not saying that's the marquee New Jersey school.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Rutgers is also a private institution.
I
believe it is.
I'm not sure because there is I don't know what the other state-funded university in New Jersey would be.
I don't know if there is. I know there definitely is. I just don't know who it would be.
Yeah, Rutgers is state-funded.
Okay. I just assumed it wasn't. Just being the name Rutgers.
Well, yeah, and that's because there is no New Jersey.
There's
Jersey
no
state, you know what I mean?
No.
That's that is Rutgers. But we've come to the consensus they're best coach of all time.
This is a no-brainer.
Where we've talked about UCLA, sort of or covering them previously. There was a what used to be a decent, sort of tradition when it comes to football there. Rutgers is the birthplace of football, and they've just never really put it together. You know what I mean?
No, there's been some years here and there, which are, I mean, all of those years have really been led by Greg Schiano.
Yeah,
the best coach in program history. I mean, those Big East days, Greg Schiano, really, really good. He leaves. Rutgers just takes a nosedive.
Right.
They end up joining the Big Ten anyway.
Somehow.
And they're still down. I mean, just the TV market, but, they're still down. And then Schiano comes back, and now they're competitive again.
Yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind, and probably anybody's mind who pays attention to Rutgers football, that this is their guy.
Yeah.
He is Rutgers football.
It's a good time to be a Rutgers football fan. They really are on the up and up. And
you're a consistent bowl team now.
Yeah, and
you're winning 7 games at worst, really.
Yeah, and it's an unfortunate time to be a bottom feeder of the Big Ten. And now that they are in the Big Ten, I think that recruiting footprint is kind of almost even more snatched than what it once was, by the Michigans and the Penn States and the Marylands. And but they do a good job of sort of holding their own, and a lot of that is thanks to Greg Schiano. But moving on to quarterback, we're going to go with Mike Teal.
Yes.
Yeah. Mike Teal. I was going to say, I mean, again, not a lot of talent to go off of here, but this was a guy that was a key leader during Rutgers' rise during national relevance, which
back, I mean, those mid 2000s, 2006 to 2008, like those years. He did spend some time on some practice squads in the NFL. But I mean, he was He was part of those Big East days. He was that
Right.
Big East quarterback that was winning them football games.
Mm-hmm. And then, I mean, you know, shout out to him for again.
Little controversial. Oh, you're.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I mean, not controversial, sure, but I mean, running backs out of this university.
Running backs are good here. They've had some good talent.
Ray Rice,
right?
Man, guy can run.
Guy can run.
We'll slide over to another absolute dog. I mean, Isaiah Pacheco. You know, a more recent one,
Super Bowl champion.
Someone that we really got to appreciate, and that was a guy that was, you know, really, kind of counted out. You know,
yeah,
what I mean?
and this is a guy that you kind of almost as an NFL fan, if you're not a Chiefs fan, you kind of hated this guy for a couple of years because he was just part of all of that.
Yeah, no,
and he didn't just hate it, but he a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah. Sliding down to wide receiver, someone who has a very special place in my heart, Mohamed Sanu, longtime Bengal.
Yep.
You know, there was nothing better than Sundays watching this guy, you know, occasionally take a step back and throw a 80-yard pass, because this guy, I mean, when I tell you he's got a cannon, and if I'm not incorrect, he was a quarterback prospect out of high school.
I believe
transition to receiver at college. Maybe even play a little bit of quarterback.
That happens a good amount though.
Yeah, quarterback at Rutgers.
Maybe he did.
But yeah, I mean, he was a total dog. Long time NFL career. I think like 15 years or something. I know he spent some time with the Atlanta Falcons after the Bengals. I think Tennessee Titans as well. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I know he was with the Falcons as well.
Yeah. Patriots, 49ers, Lions, 49ers again, Dolphins practice squad.
All over.
Yeah.
Good man though. Good man.
He was a triple option quarterback in high school.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's an easy transition to either receiver or running back there.
Yeah. And then, you know, the other receiver we have there, again, not nearly as dominant as you know, what Mohamed Sanu is, but we have Leonte Caro, you know, another one of those guys on the come up as far as Rutgers goes. Long history. Yeah. I think, and this is just sort of a side note, I think it's so funny. What would you say like the most comparable team in the NCAA to Rutgers is, as far as like history and where they're at now?
I feel I kind of want to say Vandy, but I feel that's a little far off. I think Rutgers has had some better sustained years, but now Vandy's a lot better than Rutgers has kind of gotten in their recent peak. But it's kind of similar. It's kind of similar. That's who comes to top of mind right away, but I don't love that comparison.
No, mine is Louisville.
Okay.
Very, very, very similar teams. You know, they make that Big East come up, and both of them sort of prove they're like, yo, like we are markets and we deserve to sort of have that representation and respect. One went one way and one went the other. Just as easy probably could have been, you know, a different flip. Not to say Louisville is a Big Ten team, but you never know. Hindsight is obviously 2020. But it's interesting. It is. It's definitely interesting, and that's just something that popped to mind for me. But tight end, we'll say it's going to be Marco Bataglia.
Yeah, I'm not. Bataglia, I believe. I mean, he played in the NFL. He had some good success, some good years there. I don't know too much about him.
Yeah, again, this is a Rutgers team that, you know, they've got some heavy hitters, and then they've got, you know.
Yeah. Rutgers, I will say, in my personal opinion, I feel Rutgers has had some heavier hitters on the offensive side than UCLA did.
Definitely.
The UCLA, I mean, obviously, you know, they had their guys, but
Rutgers
has been more recent. So I think that maybe that's why. Maybe it's recency bias because I don't know these older players.
Sure, but I'm saying like Troy Aikman, is it really the quarterback play as much as it's the announcing?
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know.
I mean, yeah, because we didn't see him play.
Mm-hmm.
But over to that O-line for Rutgers. This is again going to be the same thing. I don't know these players.
No one's speaking to me right now either.
These guys, I don't know their names. Offensive tackle, we have Anthony Davis not the Anthony Davis that you would think of when you think of sports.
Popular
No hate to this guy, but just true. Other offensive tackle, Pedro Sosa. For some reason, I feel like I know his name.
Probably not.
Probably not. I probably think it's Sammy Sosa. Offensive guards, we have Darnell Stapleton and then Brandon Linder. And then at the center, we have Bedham Bajari. Again, not guys I'm too much about. Over on the defense for Rutgers, we have the D ends Jamal Westerman and George Johnson. D tackles, we have Eric LeGrand, Dwayne Scott. There's two guys on this defense I want to say now that we will talk about.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know a whole lot of these other guys that like.
Yeah, I don't.
I know from like our prep. You know what? I know some about these guys, but
as far as like
that, being able to sit here and
the everyday ball knower, like you're not going to be like
right
the best cornerback in Rutgers history. Ready, go.
Yeah.
Are you saying Devin McCourtney?
I would say Devin McCourty, yeah.
But
I would know that. That would be about all I know on that team.
Yeah, like that's.
But let's to those linebackers: Kasim Green, Gary Brackett, and Brian Leonard, and then in the secondary, Devin McCourty, Logan Ryan. Those are your corners, your safeties. Deron Harmon, and then Devin's brother, Jason McCourty. Yeah. I mean, you know those guys,
right?
Especially guys like people like us. I mean, they played in the NFL. They played on the Patriots together.
Yeah.
We saw them win a Super Bowl. It might have only been one of them on the team.
I think it was maybe one.
One might have been gone after or before that Super Bowl happened. But they played together on the Patriots.
Cool case of brother ball.
Yeah. I mean, you go to college together, and now you're in the NFL on the same team together. It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work like that usually.
Yeah. So, I mean, jumping into my Michigan Wolverines to kind of cap things off here. I mean, as to get into the coach, I mean, here we sit. I mean, Bo Schembechler.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't confidently sit here. I mean, the foundation of what Michigan is, I think we have a lot of thanks of what Bo Schembechler has done. But the recent success, and no matter what way you want to cut it, I mean, Jim Harbaugh, no matter what way you cut it, I see him as a positive influence on the university. You know what I mean? And
does that make him the best coach?
I mean, national championship wise, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Bo has none.
Does Bo have none?
I don't think Bo has any. He has 13 Big Ten titles, couple Rose Bowls.
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess he never ended up getting it done. I guess those were right after him.
Right.
Those were right after. I'm thinking that he was into the 90s.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
But no.
Because he was done what, 91?
89.
89.
89.
But I mean, yeah, I would not be upset either way. I've been on Michigan.
I think those are the two guys.
Yeah, I've been on Michigan's campus, and the love they have for Bo Schembechler, I mean, it is above and beyond, and it's kind of funny for that him being an Ohio native. Most great coaches are, though, if we're being honest.
There a lot of them are from that like Akron, Canton, like South Cleveland area, which is
that the old coaching insane. Belt. But no. Sliding down to quarterback, this is another one that's like
this was a hard one. There's a couple guys here.
I mean,
that
if you're saying of all time, it really isn't hard. But if you're saying Michigan, like at Michigan,
right? Yeah.
Tom Brady is above and beyond, obviously, of all time. As a Michigan quarterback, I don't know. I know that he was like splitting reps with
for a while.
Yeah, for even into his senior season, I'm pretty sure he was splitting reps with
guy who I kind of think of as at least maybe my personal favorite Michigan quarterback, but kind of who I think from who I got to see was the best. Denard Robinson.
Shoelace, man.
I loved watching him play.
Yeah. We had some fun quarterbacks Denard Robinson. Who else? I'm blanking. I'm blanking on the another Denard Robinson and
the guy right after him too.
Yeah, it's slipping my mind, but yeah, I mean, plenty of good quarterbacks to sort of pick from. Definitely not JJ McCarthy.
No, I mean he had his time.
His time at Michigan potentially, but he was a handoff merchant. Won us a national championship, and I'm grateful for him. I hope he figures it out in Minnesota.
Devin Gardner.
Devin
Gardner's
Gardner,
the other guy we were thinking of. Yes, those two guys.
Yeah. We'll slide over to running back though. Mike Hart, who, funny enough, was longtime Michigan running back coach during the Harbaugh era, and really, churned out some fantastic running backs as far as, recent, recency.
He's taken. I mean, he took everything he's learned and pumped it right back into that program.
Another guy. This is a little bit of a throwback, but Tyrone Wheatley, pure dog. Total like
I don't know much about him.
Yeah, utter dominance. I'm pretty sure he was a 90s guy.
That makes sense.
And the thing is like, again, recency bias. I could sit here and say like Blake Corum. Like Blake Corum had, a ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous season, and so I guess I'll throw my hat in there. Wide receiver wise, Desmond Howard winning the Heisman. It's hard to really.
He played both ways for a little bit, right? Like he was on.
Yes,
he was a corner as well.
So he played corner, and then that was so Desmond Howard did that as well as
Charles Woodson.
Yes, Charles Woodson. And so
but he wasn't as utilized. They were kind of
Charles was a corner. Yeah, like
he was a corner. He played a little receiver, and like Desmond Howard, I mean, he was a receiver. He was more split, I guess. He wasn't. Yeah. He was a little more split because he played. Right. Did Howard play corner in the NFL?
Yeah, and now that I'm saying that, I'm getting that wrong. I'm pretty sure Desmond Howard won the Heisman.
I think it was definitely Desmond Howard.
Desmond Howard won the Desmond Howard won the Heisman. Excuse me, and then okay, no, that's what I said. I thought I said Charles Woodson won it.
Oh no, Woodson was close.
Yeah,
Woodson was very close. I mean, he went in the top. I think he was the top 3.
Yes,
in the Heisman.
And we'll cover him a little later on in this list. But as far as other receivers go, we'll go Anthony Carter. That's another guy early 2000s that total dog for us. If I had to throw another guy in here,
Charles Woodson did win the Heisman.
Charles Woodson, they
both won the Heisman.
Desmond Howard did. They both won.
Oh wait, sorry. Yeah. They both won the Heisman.
Okay. I thought only one of them did.
No.
My mistake.
I was doing fact checking, so
yeah. But as far as here, give me. Yeah, we're saying Desmond Howard, and then the last receiver we said Anthony Carter, and then we'll slide over to tight end here. Jake Butt, a guy for us, Pick North. Yeah, right here in Columbus.
I remember. I don't know if you played football that year.
I did.
I believe at junior. Okay, I think it was junior year of high school. Right before our playoff game that year, like at our team meal. So our athletic director, his kids went to Pick North, went to high school with Jake Butt. He knew Jake Butt's family. Had Jake come in and talk to us. Like he was still on like practice squads, recovering from that injury he got in the Orange Bowl. He was still recovering, doing all that stuff. So it was still like, I believe on the Broncos, like practice squad at that point. But he came in and talked to us and hyped us up before that game.
Yeah. Good dude.
Pretty sure we lost that game.
That's the way she rolls. But do you want to cover the offensive line?
Yeah. So we have, at least for me, one really recognizable name on here. And that is offensive tackle Jake Long.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dog. I mean, he went number 1 overall.
Yeah.
As a tackle. I mean, you don't see that happen. Sometimes, I mean, it's happened a little more now, it's gotten more and more being that way. Like it's not something I ever think is like going to happen. Is you're going to see an O lineman go first overall.
Right.
It's not common.
Not a common occurrence. Yeah.
And he played a long career in the NFL. I mean, he had like 8 years there. Played for the Dolphins, the Rams when they were in St. Louis,
right?
The Falcons, and then the Vikings. I mean, he was an All-Pro, went to the Pro Bowls. I mean, that's the best you can get on the O-line, really. When it comes to some guys, there's not much better you could have ever had in your history than Jake.
No, it is. It is definitely a deep all-time line as far as that goes.
Yeah. I mean, your other tackles, John Jansen. And at your guards, you have Steve Hutchinson.
Total dog.
And then Ben Bredston. And then at the center, you have David Bass.
Mm-hmm. And then, I mean, sliding over to arguably, I mean, I would say defense is definitely the better side of ball for Michigan.
And still, and the offense was good.
Yeah, and so I mean, just to dive in here, I mean, Aiden Hutchinson. DN, like he missed the Heisman by
not many votes.
Not many votes.
Not many. Who did he?
He lost to that would have been 2020.
Was it 2020?
No, I think it was 2020. 2022.
21.
Was it 21? So that he would have lost to Devontae.
No, Devontae was the year before.
Oh, he lost to Mac Jones.
I'm sorry.
Mac Jones. Wait,
Bryce Young.
Bryce Young. That's what I'm.
Bryce Young.
Mac
Jones didn't win it.
Didn't win it. No.
Did he?
No. I'm geeking. I was thinking Alabama quarterback and like that time period.
Mac played the year before, won the national championship with Devontae, who won the Heisman as a receiver the year before. Yeah. I'm with you.
But no, total dog. Brandon Graham, again, that's a guy that played like right when we're like, sort of coming up. Total dog. Defensive tackle, Mark Messner. I feel like there's probably a better name here. The second name is for me is much more notable. Maurice Hurst Jr. Demon, dude. You can even throw in Taco Charlton there, I guess. Total
Taco.
dog, dude. Yeah, total.
Another guy from Big Central.
Yeah. Sliding down. Linebackers, dude. Holy, Devin Bush Jr. Hello. Yeah. Still in the league today. He was a force to be reckoned with when he was at Michigan. That's funny. They have our list here. We have here, hold on. We have there it is. Jarrett Irons as our second linebacker, and then to get into the secondary, which I think arguably is the most impressive, most impressive part of Michigan. Again, Charles Woodson, as we mentioned before. Like the last defensive player to win the Heisman.
The only primary defensive guy. I mean, obviously you had Travis Hunter and Desmond Howard. I mean, both played both ways, but they were pretty split. They weren't a defense dominant. Versus Woodson was like, hey, I'm a corner. I'm a run out and play receiver here for a player or two.
His return,
and then he was a huge return man.
And then just sliding down to the other corner, we said Ty Law, another great guy. Again, little blast from the past there. And then same thing here at safety, going Trip Wellborn, and then the final safety, and sort of to put a bow on our all-time Michigan team, a Bengal safety Dax Hill, who now is actually playing corner for us. So we will see how that shakes out. But he was a total dog. And to circle back to secondary as far as corner goes, scratch Ty Law, go ahead and put DJ Turner there, and then I'll just go ahead and reap my Bengals secondary.
Yeah, you could do that. There is one guy who, kind of misses out just because he wasn't a primary guy in one spot. He jumped around.
Jabril Peppers.
I could not think of his name.
He should have gone. Yeah. That, I mean, he was the
never
Swiss Army
dominant.
knife, yeah.
Yes, he was never dominant one spot. I mean, if you were to say if you could have a tool player on your team, I mean, literally, multi-tool, that's what he was. You plugged him in anywhere. He would play corner, safety,
and really
linebacker. You put him out at receiver, running back, played quarterback a couple times, I think, some plays.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, we had a
package. You don't get that at most schools.
I mean, we hung 77 points on Rutgers that year, just circling back to our Rutgers, and that was Greg Schiano too. So figuring it out, but I guess circling back to linebackers, because Jabril primarily played linebacker at Michigan. Jarrett Irons, I guess you could cross his name out and throw Jabril in there, but
yeah, I mean, either's a good option. They're all good options.
But yeah,
that's pretty much what we have for this week. On the next episode, unless something crazy pops off in the Big Ten going on here, we're going to kind of just be on this format here going forward for a bit. So the next episode of this, we will be covering the teams Indiana, Northwestern, and Ohio State. But for now, that's where we leave you. And thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you all next week.
We'll see you guys.